A ship, a magnificent vessel, a floating treasure chest from an age we barely understand, sailing across the ancient world. Not just any ship, but one carrying secrets, luxury, and a destiny that would reshape history. It was around 65 BC, the air thick with the scent of salt and anticipation. This wasn't just a cargo ship, it was a testament to human ingenuity, built with the sophisticated shell-first method using robust elm and resilient oak, a true marvel representing the pinnacle of Mediterranean shipbuilding techniques. Its destination? The heart of the Roman Empire, a ravenous beast hungry for exotic luxury goods, from fine silks to exquisite wines. But as it neared the tiny, unassuming island of Antikythera, something shifted. The sea, usually a highway, turned into a monstrous adversary. Those waters were notorious, plagued by strong currents and sudden, violent storms that could rip a ship apart faster than a pirate's blade. Was it a pirate ambush, a reckless navigation error, or simply the wrath of the gods manifesting as extreme weather? We may never know the precise cause, but the outcome was devastating. I can almost hear the screams, the creaking timbers, the desperate pleas as the crew fought to save not just their lives, but their precious cargo. Imagine the scene: priceless, rare marble statues gleaming under the thrashing waves, alongside other, more enigmatic items, mysterious mechanical components that hinted at a technology far beyond what we thought possible for that era. They fought, they struggled, but the ocean claimed its prize. The ship and all its incredible secrets plunged into the abyss, settling in its watery grave, lost to mankind for millennia. But what if lost was just a temporary state? What if, almost 2,000 years later, this sunken treasure was destined to resurface, not just as a wreck, but as a portal to a forgotten past? From the chaos of an ancient storm, we fast forward to the turn of the 20th century. The year is 1900. The setting? The very same treacherous waters near Antikythera. This time, our heroes aren't ancient mariners, but Captain Demetrios Kontos and his crew of hardened sponge divers. These weren't men seeking history, they were seeking livelihoods, diving deep into the azure unknown, battling perilous depths, sharp rocks, and unstable ruins under the sea, dangers that claimed more than one life. One day, one fateful day, a diver surfaced, not with sponges, but with a story. He'd stumbled upon something extraordinary, something man-made, scattered across the seafloor. What followed was a frenzy of activity, a treasure hunt like no other. Their initial hauls were breathtaking: magnificent marble and bronze statues, pottery, coins, a fortune in ancient artifacts. It was the kind of discovery that makes legends. But amidst all this gleaming treasure, something else was brought up, something unassuming: an encrusted bronze lump about the size of a shoebox. To the divers, it was just junk, a corroded, shapeless mass covered in marine growth, probably just part of the ship's rigging or some broken tool. They tossed it aside, barely giving it a second thought. Can you imagine? The greatest archaeological find of its kind, initially discarded as debris. There were whispers, too. The divers, men of the sea, were superstitious. They spoke of currents shifting unnaturally around the wreck, of cold spots, of an eerie silence. Local sailors, their faces weathered by sun and salt, muttered about the wreck being cursed, a warning from the deep. These stories only added a mystical, almost fearful aura to the discovery. For decades, that bronze lump sat, largely forgotten, an archaeological curiosity among more visually impressive artifacts. It was ignored, underestimated, patiently waiting for the right eyes to truly see it. It would take years, even decades, before anyone truly grasped its monumental significance. That unassuming, corroded lump of bronze wasn't just junk. It was the legendary Antikythera Mechanism, a device so complex, so utterly out of place, It would force us to rewrite history itself. But how did this forgotten piece of metal transform from overlooked debris into one of the most astonishing scientific discoveries of all time? And what incredible secrets was it hiding beneath its encrusted surface? From a forgotten bronze lump to the most mind-bending piece of ancient technology ever found, the Antikythera Mechanism isn't just an artifact, it's a profound challenge to everything we thought we knew about ancient Greece. Imagine trying to understand something so far beyond its time that its true purpose remained a mystery for over a century after its discovery. This wasn't just a simple tool. It was an intricately designed device, a marvel of engineering, packed with at least 30 precisely machined bronze gears, all carefully hidden inside what was once a wooden box. Just picture that for a second. 30 gears, each cut with astonishing precision, all interlocking, all working in perfect harmony. When scholars first started examining it, the confusion was immense. How could something this complex exist 2,000 years ago? This wasn't just a clock or a calendar. Hypotheses flew like sparks. Was it an astronomical calculator, a navigational aid, or perhaps something even more profound, a mystical artifact used in sacred rites? To truly grasp its genius, you need to visualize it. Gears within gears, rotating at different speeds, meticulously crafted to track the movements of the sun, moon, and planets. It was a mechanical representation of the cosmos, a device whose complexity wouldn't be matched until the great cathedral clocks of medieval Europe, well over 1,000 years later. I can only imagine the mix of frustration and utter wonder these early researchers felt. How could this be? It was like finding a smartphone in a pharaoh's tomb. There were even speculative tales whispered among academics that this was an ancient computer, a secret weapon in the hands of select Greek intellectuals or even priestly classes. Imagine them using this incredible device not just to predict celestial events, eclipses, planetary alignments, but to mark the precise timing of critical festivals, perhaps even the sacred Olympic Games. A tool not just for science, but for power, for prophecy, for control. But here's the real question. If the ancient Greeks had the genius to build something this sophisticated, this advanced, how many other incredible inventions, how many other computers from antiquity are still waiting, silent, at the bottom of the sea or buried deep beneath the earth? And what could they tell us about the true capabilities of our ancestors? Decoding the Antikythera Mechanism wasn't a sprint. It was a century-long marathon, a testament to human persistence, curiosity, and the power of multidisciplinary research. For over 100 years, this incredible device has been a global enigma, drawing in minds from archaeology, astronomy, engineering, and even cutting-edge computer science. Imagine the painstaking process, the delicate cleaning, the endless debates, the sheer frustration of trying to understand something that seemed impossible. The real breakthroughs came with technology. First, X-ray imaging in the 1970s, giving us a ghost-like glimpse beneath the corroded surface, revealing hidden gears and inscriptions. Then later, advanced CT scans in the early 2000s, peeling back layers of time, showing us the astonishing internal complexity, the gearing ratios, the intricate movements. And now, even more recently, AI modeling at University College London has unlocked even deeper secrets, translating faint inscriptions, revealing calendar systems, and proving its incredible ability to predict solar and lunar eclipses with stunning accuracy. Think about that. 2,000 years ago, an ancient Greek could input a date, and this device would tell them when the next eclipse would occur. That's not just smart, that's prophetic. Of course, with every revelation came new debates, new intellectual rivalries. Did the device track all the known planets, or was its primary function to map Earth's seasons, crucial for agriculture and religious festivals? Each new piece of data sparked fresh theories, pushing the boundaries of what we believed the ancients were capable of. What truly emerges from this century of research is the story of a forgotten genius. We're talking about ancient engineers who could not only conceive of such a machine, but actually craft it with a precision we previously attributed to much later eras. It rewrites our understanding of history itself. But here's a final tantalizing thought. The mechanism we have is incomplete. Pieces are still missing, lost to the depths of the sea. What else could it do? What other knowledge, what other secret ancient technologies went down with that ship? Are there other such devices still waiting to be found, ready to once again challenge everything we think we know? This isn't just an artifact, it's a whisper from a lost golden age, promising more mysteries yet to be unearthed. The Antikythera Mechanism is a wonder, yes, but it didn't travel alone. The ship itself, its very structure, holds clues just as profound as its mechanical marvel. Recent underwater excavations have moved beyond just retrieving artifacts. They're revealing the ship's soul. Imagine the painstaking work. Archaeologists, like deep-sea detectives, have managed to recover not just fragments, but 3 substantial sections of the ship's hull and a massive crossbeam. This is groundbreaking. We're talking about intact wooden features from such an ancient vessel, something almost unheard of. It's like finding a perfectly preserved dinosaur skeleton, a direct window into a lost world. This unprecedented find has given us incredible insight into early Mediterranean shipbuilding, confirming the sophisticated shell-first construction method, which involved building the outer hull before the internal framework. It's proof that these ancient shipwrights were masters of their craft. But the ship reveals more than just its construction. It tells a story of life at sea. The recovered amphoras, specifically those from Chios, point to established trade routes, hinting at a vast network of ancient commerce. And then there are the smaller, more intimate details, the human touches. The discovery of a sprouted terracotta mortar still containing remnants of herbs gives us a glimpse into the crew's daily habits. Imagine them out in the open sea, grinding spices for their meals, a familiar domestic ritual thousands of years ago. The smell of sea spray mingling with crushed herbs below deck, just inches away from priceless statues and that mysterious mechanism. Rumors, of course, abound. With such luxury goods and an item as unique as the mechanism, this wasn't just any cargo ship. Was it carrying prominent intellectuals, perhaps even politicians, along with its opulent treasures? The social status of the crew and passengers must have been significant. Who were they? What conversations filled the salty air as they sailed towards Rome, completely unaware of the fate awaiting them? The ship isn't just a wreck. It's a floating time capsule, a silent narrator of an ancient journey, whispering tales of trade, technology, and the everyday lives of people long gone. And as we uncover more of its secrets, we're not just finding wood and bronze, we're resurrecting an entire ancient world. What other stories will this incredible vessel eventually tell us? So we have this incredible device, thousands of years ahead of its time. But what did it do? What was its primary function, this ancient analog computer? The answer, incredibly, lies in the heavens. The Antikythera Mechanism was, first and foremost, a breathtakingly precise astronomical calculator. Imagine holding the cosmos in your hands. This hand-cranked mechanical cosmos could model lunar phases with astounding accuracy, predict solar and lunar eclipses years in advance, and even track the complex planetary cycles of the 5 visible planets: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. It wasn't just predicting the sky, it was revealing the divine order in the stars. Think about the sheer awe an ancient user must have felt. A Greek scholar, perhaps a priest, turning a small crank, watching gears meticulously whir, and seeing the future unfold before their eyes. Not just celestial events, but also the crucial dates of their most important Greek athletic festivals, like the Olympic Games. This wasn't magic, it was pure, unadulterated science, so advanced it blurred the line. I can almost hear the ancient dialogues. Let the gods guide us, but understand their dance, a scholar might have said, demonstrating the device to awestruck students. Imagine the scene, flickering torchlight illuminating the bronze gears in an Athenian study, the air thick with anticipation as the mechanism silently, majestically predicted the next celestial alignment. It wasn't just about knowledge, it was about power, prestige, and a deep, almost spiritual connection to the universe. While its core function was astronomical, it's not hard to imagine it serving broader purposes. Did it have astrological significance, linking human destiny to the stars? Could it have been used in religious rituals to determine auspicious days for sacrifices or celebrations? The line between science, religion, and philosophy was far more blurred in the ancient world than it is today. This device wasn't just a calendar, it was a profound statement about humanity's place in the universe. It showed that even 2,000 years ago, we were striving to understand, to predict, to master the forces around us. It makes you wonder, if this much complexity was possible then, what else might we have lost? What other mechanical marvels are still waiting to be discovered, ready to redefine our past? Okay, so we've talked about the incredible science, the engineering, the pure genius. But let's be honest, when you find something this extraordinary, this far beyond its time, the human imagination runs wild. And that's exactly what happened with the Antikythera Mechanism. It didn't just inspire scientific inquiry, it ignited a firestorm of myth and conspiracy. Theories started swirling. Was it alien technology dropped from the sky? Did it come from a lost, advanced civilization like Atlantis? Was it a piece of secret ancient knowledge deliberately suppressed and hidden for millennia? From early 20th century speculative fiction to countless modern documentaries, popular culture has been absolutely fascinated by this device, turning it into something almost mystical. Even the original eyewitnesses, the sponge divers, contributed to the lore. They had their own tall tales, whispers of shipwreck ghosts guarding the treasure, of underwater curses that haunted those who disturbed the wreck. These were men of the sea, steeped in superstition, and their stories added a thick layer of mystery to an already astonishing find. Of course, as a responsible explorer of history, I have to contrast these sensational claims with the grounded, rigorous work of archaeology. While the myths are certainly captivating, they've sometimes overshadowed the genuine historical significance and the profound scientific study of the mechanism. It's easy to get lost in the fantastical, but the real story, the true genius of human innovation, is even more remarkable than any alien visitation. As one researcher famously put it, in the depths, truth and legend intertwine more tightly than gears. And it's true. The Antikythera Mechanism exists in that fascinating space where scientific fact meets human wonder, where the undeniable evidence of genius collides with our endless desire for secrets and mysteries. But what if the true mystery isn't about who built it, but why it was lost? And what if the future of this incredible discovery isn't in the past, but in how it shapes our present understanding of human potential? We've uncovered its history, deciphered its purpose, and explored the myths surrounding it. But how do you truly understand an ancient masterpiece? You try to build it yourself. This chapter is all about the incredible modern engineering feats in recreating the Antikythera Mechanism. Imagine the painstaking craftsmanship, engineers, historians, and even master clockmakers working side by side, trying to breathe life back into a 2,000-year-old machine. It's not just about copying, it's about reverse engineering genius. The process involves a fascinating blend of old and new. Some teams use traditional metalwork, painstakingly cutting and filing tiny bronze gears by hand, trying to replicate the exact methods of ancient Greek artisans. Others leverage 21st century technology, employing 3D printing and advanced CAD software to precisely model and produce the intricate components. Each method brings its own challenges. Each reveals new insights into the original builders. There's a palpable sense of wonder in this endeavor, a profound connection across millennia. It's about bridging that vast expanse of time, recreating a device that so powerfully embodies human curiosity and ingenuity. These modern engineers aren't just building a replica, they're uncovering lost ancient techniques, literally putting themselves in the shoes of the original inventor. But it's not easy. They face immense challenges, interpreting fragmentary, barely legible inscriptions, trying to approximate the exact shape of gear teeth that have been corroded and worn down for centuries. Every tiny detail is a puzzle, every decision a deep dive into the mind of an ancient genius. And what does this recreation teach us? More than just how it worked. It sparks profound philosophical musings. It forces us to confront the true sophistication of ancient Greek science. It highlights the profound continuity of human invention, that the same drive to understand, to measure, to predict has propelled us forward for thousands of years. It makes us question what other lost technologies might be waiting to be rediscovered, what other brilliant minds from antiquity we have yet to truly appreciate. But what if these recreations aren't just about understanding the past, but about inspiring the future? What if the Antikythera Mechanism's greatest secret isn't what it did, but what it still has to teach us? The story of the Antikythera Mechanism isn't just about a single device. It's about a profound paradigm shift. It's about how one rusty bronze lump has completely, irrevocably reshaped our understanding of ancient technology and human history. Before its decipherment, the prevailing assumption was that such mechanical complexity, such precision engineering, was simply impossible before the Industrial Revolution, hundreds of years later. We thought ancient Greeks were philosophers and artists, not master technologists building analog computers. The Antikythera Mechanism shattered that assumption into 1,000 pieces. It forces us to see the ancient Greeks not just as brilliant thinkers, but as incredibly skilled engineers, scientists, and craftsmen. Its influence reverberates across multiple fields. In archaeology, it spurred new methodologies for preserving and understanding complex artifacts. In the history of science, it's rewritten timelines and sparked intense debate. Even in philosophy, it prompts questions about the true potential of ancient civilizations and the nature of human ingenuity itself. It reminds us that knowledge is often lost, only to be dramatically rediscovered. This discovery has inspired a renewed global interest in ancient craftsmanship and astronomy, from enthusiasts to academics. The mechanism now stands proudly alongside other lost technologies that have been revived through painstaking research, technologies that challenge our modern hubris and remind us that innovation isn't a linear progression, but often a cyclical journey of discovery, loss, and rediscovery. This discovery has inspired a renewed global interest in ancient craftsmanship and astronomy, from enthusiasts to academics. The mechanism now stands proudly alongside other lost technologies that have been revived through painstaking research, technologies that challenge our modern hubris and remind us that innovation isn't a linear progression, but often a cyclical journey of discovery, loss, and rediscovery. As I look at this incredible device, I can't help but reflect on the cyclical nature of human innovation. 2,000 years ago, people looked up at the stars and sought to understand their dance. Today, we launch telescopes into space, but the fundamental quest remains the same: to comprehend the cosmos, to map our place within it, and to push the boundaries of what's possible. The Antikythera Mechanism is a timeless testament to that enduring human drive. But what does this powerful legacy mean for the future? And how does this ancient computer continue to inspire us, urging us to look beyond what we think we know into the infinite possibilities of both our past and our future? The story of the Antikythera Mechanism doesn't end with its discovery or even its decipherment. It continues today, deep beneath the waves, where the shipwreck itself remains a living, breathing archaeological site, a constant challenge and an endless source of fascination. Modern archaeological missions are now laser-focused on preserving not just the mechanism, but the entire wreck site and its incredibly fragile artifacts. Imagine the monumental task, battling the relentless forces of the ocean, preserving organic wood that has rested for 2,000 years, combating the insidious creep of corrosion on metal, and leveraging cutting-edge technology to meticulously map every inch of the site. It's a race against time, a desperate effort to save history before it crumbles away. But these missions aren't just about preservation, they're about discovery. Every dive, every new piece of technology deployed brings us closer to understanding this extraordinary vessel and its secrets. We're constantly asking, what else lies hidden in the sand? What other pieces of the mechanism are still waiting to be found? What other lost technologies might be nestled among the ship's cargo, ready to further illuminate ancient seafaring and human ingenuity? I can't help but imagine the future. Technological advances that enable deeper, safer dives, allowing us to explore areas previously unreachable. Innovative conservation techniques that can miraculously restore wood, textiles, or even more complex mechanisms. The sea holds its secrets tight, but with every passing year, our tools grow sharper, our understanding deeper. The enduring allure of the ocean's depths remains as powerful as ever. It is the ultimate custodian of human history, a vast, silent museum holding countless lost wonders. The Antikythera shipwreck, with its enigmatic mechanism, serves as a powerful reminder that some secrets may yet await rediscovery, slumbering beneath the waves, ready to once again challenge everything we thought we knew about our past. And that, for me, is the true magic of this story. It's not just about a mechanism, it's about the endless human quest for knowledge, the incredible ingenuity of our ancestors, and the timeless mystery that still calls to us from the deep. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey through time and mystery. If this story captivated you, smash that like button, share your theories in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into the unexplained.